Something big is happening, and fans around the world are starting to feel it. The name Bruno Mars is dominating global charts once again in 2026. Streams are skyrocketing, older hits are going viral again, and his latest projects are taking over conversations everywhere. But in the middle of all that success, one question is getting louder. Where is Jessica Caban now? Before we go deeper, hit subscribe, drop a like, and tell us your thoughts in the comments. Because this isn't just about music. This is about a mystery that still hasn't been answered. Over the past few months, Bruno Mars has looked unstoppable. His songs are climbing back to the top of Spotify and Billboard charts. His concerts are selling out within minutes, and every performance he delivers turns into a viral moment. Many are calling this his second era. More refined, more emotional, and more powerful than ever before. But behind all that momentum, something feels different. There are no recent public appearances with Jessica Caban. No new photos. No glimpses of the relationship that once seemed solid for over a decade. A love story that used to quietly exist in the background of his fame now feels like it has completely disappeared. Fans are starting to ask questions. Is this just privacy, or has something actually changed? Sources close to the industry suggest that Bruno Mars is currently more focused than ever on his career. A massive 2026 world tour, new music production, and rumored secret collaborations have filled his schedule to the limit. In recent interviews, Bruno has mentioned being in a new phase of his life. A simple phrase, but one that has sparked intense speculation. Meanwhile, Jessica Caban appears to have taken a completely different path. She's been keeping a low profile, staying away from mainstream media attention, and focusing more on personal projects and a quieter lifestyle. Her recent posts hint at a peaceful life, far removed from the spotlight of the music industry. And this is where the mystery deepens. Does this mean they've gone their separate ways? Or are they simply protecting something real from the pressure of public attention? But wait, there's one detail that many people might have missed. Some fans noticed that one of Bruno Mars' newest songs carries deeply personal undertones. Lyrics that speak about distance, change, and a love that doesn't feel the same anymore. No names are mentioned, but the emotion feels undeniable. Is this just artistic storytelling, or a reflection of his real life? On the other hand, a few unconfirmed reports suggest that the couple might still be in contact, choosing to keep everything extremely private. In the world of entertainment, that kind of decision isn't unusual. Many celebrities separate their personal lives from public exposure to protect what matters most. But not everyone is convinced. Some fans believe that Bruno Mars' massive transformation in 2026 isn't just about music. They see a pattern: his evolving sound, his intense work schedule, and a different kind of energy on stage, all pointing to someone going through a major emotional shift. And this is where everything builds to a peak. Because in a world where everything is instantly visible, mystery is the one thing that still holds power. So what do you think really happened between Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban? Drop your opinion in the comments, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on the stories everyone is talking about. And just when fans thought the story couldn't get any more intriguing, new layers began to unfold, quietly, almost unnoticed, until the internet started connecting the dots. Because here's the thing, in today's digital world, silence can sometimes speak louder than words. Over the past year, followers of Bruno Mars noticed subtle but telling changes. Fewer personal glimpses, a shift in tone. Even his rare social media appearances felt more controlled, more intentional. It wasn't just about promoting music anymore. It felt like someone carefully drawing a line between public success and private reality. And when fans went looking for answers, they found something even more puzzling. Jessica Caban wasn't just less visible. She had almost completely stepped out of the spotlight. No red carpet appearances alongside Bruno. No backstage moments during his tours. No candid sightings that used to fuel fan excitement. For a couple that had been together for so long, this level of distance raised eyebrows. But then, a twist. Some insiders quietly suggested that this wasn't a breakup story at all, but rather a deliberate shift, a decision made behind closed doors to protect something deeply personal. According to these whispers, both Bruno and Jessica may have chosen to separate their public identities from their private relationship more than ever before. And if that's true, it changes everything. Because suddenly what looked like absence could actually be presence, just hidden. Still, not everyone is buying that narrative. Online forums and fan communities have been buzzing with theories. Some believe that the emotional intensity in Bruno's recent performances isn't just artistic expression. It's personal. They point to specific live moments where his delivery feels heavier, more raw, almost like he's channeling something real beyond the stage lights. There was one performance in particular, no official statement, no headlines, but those who watched it closely noticed something different. A pause, a look, a subtle shift in energy that didn't go unnoticed. Was it exhaustion, passion, or something deeper? And then there's the music itself. Because if you really listen closely, the themes have evolved. Love, once portrayed with smooth confidence and charm, now carries more complexity. There's vulnerability, there's distance, there's reflection. It's the kind of evolution that artists go through when life changes. But again, nothing confirmed. And that uncertainty is exactly what keeps fans locked in. Meanwhile, Jessica continues to move in silence, but not invisibly. Every now and then, a new post appears. Not dramatic, not revealing, just enough to remind people that she's still there, living a life that seems grounded, calm, and intentionally private. Some fans interpret that as strength. Others see it as closure. But here's where things get even more interesting. A small but growing group of followers believes that everything happening right now, from Bruno's career explosion to Jessica's quiet distance, is part of a bigger timing strategy. Not in a manipulative way, but in a life alignment sense. Two people evolving separately, possibly to reconnect stronger later. It sounds cinematic, almost too perfect. But in the world of long-term relationships under constant public pressure, it's not impossible. And yet, there's still that lingering doubt. Because no matter how many theories emerge, one fact remains. Neither Bruno Mars nor Jessica Caban has publicly addressed the situation in detail. No clarifications, no denials, no confirmations, just silence. And silence leaves room for interpretation. Now here's the question that changes everything. What if this isn't a story about distance at all? What if this is a story about transformation? Think about it. Bruno Mars in 2026 isn't just repeating past success, he's redefining it. Bigger stages, deeper messages, a more controlled public image. This isn't accidental, it's intentional. At the same time, Jessica Caban stepping away from the spotlight could also be intentional. A conscious decision to live outside the constant noise, to reclaim space that isn't defined by fame. Two different directions, but possibly the same purpose. And that brings us to the moment everyone's been waiting for, the real payoff. Because whether they are together or apart, the impact of their story hasn't faded. In fact, it's stronger than ever. People are more curious, more invested, more emotionally connected to the unknown than they ever were to the known. And maybe that's the real reason this story continues to dominate conversations. Not because of what we see, but because of what we don't. Because mystery creates attention, and attention keeps the story alive. So now it comes back to you. Do you think Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban are still together behind the scenes? Or has their story quietly come to an end without the world even realizing it? Drop your thoughts below, because your perspective might reveal something others missed. Share this with someone who's been following Bruno Mars since day one, and stay tuned. Because if there's one thing we've learned, it's that stories like this rarely stay silent forever. And just when it seemed like the conversation might start to fade, something unexpected pulled everyone right back in. A wave of renewed attention hit fan communities almost overnight. Old interviews resurfaced. Past red carpet moments were reanalyzed. Even the smallest details, body language, tone of voice, subtle expressions, were suddenly being examined like clues in an unsolved puzzle. Because when there are no clear answers, people start building their own. And in the case of Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban, every detail matters. Some fans pointed back to earlier years, highlighting how private their relationship had always been. Unlike many celebrity couples, they never overshared. No constant public declarations. No excessive social media displays. What they had, they kept mostly to themselves. So maybe, just maybe, what's happening now isn't new at all. Maybe it's just more noticeable because Bruno Mars is shining brighter than ever. But then again, others aren't convinced. Because there's a difference between being private and being completely absent. And that difference is exactly where the tension lives. As Bruno's 2026 dominance continues, his schedule has become almost superhuman. Back-to-back performances, international travel, studio sessions that reportedly go late into the night, collaborations that haven't even been announced yet, but are already rumored to be career-defining. It's the kind of pace that leaves very little room for anything else. And that raises another question. Can a relationship survive at that level of intensity? Some industry observers say yes, if both people are aligned, grounded, and willing to adapt. Others argue that fame at this scale inevitably creates distance, no matter how strong the foundation is. And somewhere in between those perspectives is where this story sits. Unclear, unconfirmed, unresolved. But here's where things take another turn. A few sharp-eyed fans noticed something subtle during one of Bruno's recent appearances. It wasn't a statement. It wasn't even verbal. Just a small, almost unnoticeable gesture. A ring worn briefly, then gone again in later sightings. Coincidence? Maybe. But in a story built on fragments, even the smallest detail can spark massive speculation. Meanwhile, Jessica's silence continues to speak volumes. Not because she's completely gone, but because of how intentional everything feels. When she appears, it's controlled, minimal, calm. There's no attempt to address rumors, no reaction to headlines, just a steady presence that refuses to be pulled into the chaos. And that kind of composure only adds to the mystery, because people start to wonder, what does she know that the public doesn't? Is she choosing peace over publicity? Or is she simply moving forward? Now here's where the narrative starts tightening again. Because despite all the theories, all the speculation, and all the emotional investment from fans, there is still no definitive answer. And that lack of closure keeps the story alive. In fact, it might be the very thing fueling Bruno Mars' current era. Think about it. Every performance carries a layer of curiosity. Every lyric feels like it could mean more than what's on the surface. Every appearance becomes part of a bigger narrative that no one fully understands yet. It's not just music anymore. It's a story unfolding in real time, and audiences can't look away. But then comes the deeper question, the one that goes beyond celebrity gossip. What happens when two people build something real? In a world that constantly demands visibility, do they adapt? Do they step back? Or do they disappear from the spotlight entirely, just to protect what matters? There's no universal answer, and maybe that's why this situation resonates with so many people. Because at its core, it's human. Success, love, distance, growth, change. These aren't just celebrity experiences, they're universal ones. And in Bruno Mars' case, those elements are now playing out on the biggest stage possible. So whether this is a story of quiet separation or silent strength, one thing is clear. It's not over. Not yet. Because stories like this don't end in silence, they evolve. And if history has shown us anything, it's that the most unexpected moments often come when people least expect them. A surprise appearance, a subtle confirmation, a single photo that changes everything. Could happen anytime, or it might never happen at all. And that uncertainty is what keeps everyone watching. So now, as Bruno Mars continues to dominate 2026, and Jessica Caban remains an elegant mystery in the background, the story stands exactly where it has been for months, right on the edge of revelation, waiting, unfolding, unanswered, and maybe that's exactly how they want it. Now it's your turn to decide. Is this a hidden chapter of a relationship still intact? Or the quiet ending of a story that once felt unbreakable? Whatever you believe, one thing is certain: people will keep watching, keep guessing, and keep coming back until the truth finally reveals itself. And just when the story feels like it's circling the same unanswered questions, a new perspective begins to emerge, one that shifts everything you thought you understood. Because maybe this isn't about confirming whether Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban are together or apart. Maybe it's about why the world feels the need to know in the first place. Think about it. For years, their relationship existed in a rare space, visible but not exposed, known but not fully understood. They never built their connection on headlines or viral moments. There were no dramatic declarations, no constant updates. And yet, somehow, that quiet consistency made their story feel more real than most. So now, in 2026, when that visibility fades, it doesn't just create curiosity, it creates a void. And people naturally want to fill that void with answers. But what if the absence of answers is the answer itself? Because while the public searches for clarity, Bruno Mars continues to move with precision. Every step of his current era feels calculated but not artificial. There's a difference. It's not about creating noise. It's about controlling it. His performances aren't just bigger, they're sharper. His stage presence feels more intentional. Even the way he engages